know it's been a long time here, but I think that sometimes it takes people a moment to think after watching something like that. And so we're going to ask some questions here, but we're going to open it up to everyone here. If you've got any questions that you would like to ask these fellas who were part of that movie. And I want to point out to you that it's 38 years ago. 38 years ago that movie was released and filmed. So, welcome to you fellas. Thank you so much. One of you has come from Gippsland. And one of you has come from up in South Australia, Kangaroo Island. And so they've come a long way, and they've travelled a long way. They've had a small rest, so we're kind to them. So we want to thank you so much for being here with us today. And I suppose, first of all, what was that like? Seeing that? Have you seen it recently yourselves?
Not recently.
No, not for a while. It's really a shock, sort of looking back and at all the music that we recorded back then and the acting and the people, we went through and the storyline which Joe wrote and myself and everybody else did, and the movie that were going to Tasman at the time. So we, looking back at it now, it's like, wow, did we really do that? And like at the time, like being blackfellas and it's a black movie, I didn't think that would go anywhere, but it's obvious that it did. And it was a big shock to me, and sort of even bigger shock was next thing you know, Cold Chisel ring up and we're on all the so it was one of those things, man.
I think there was some information. Yeah, it said that Cold Chisel and there was Red Gum were big supporters of
definitely Red Gum,
yeah.
John Shannon and that, so that's what was first to take us on tour and being like Adelaide bands themselves, so they were really keen to sort of lend a hand and help get the band and music out as well.
Can you tell us how Us Mob and No Fix Address happened to be the people? How did that conversation come about? They went, hey, you fellas come and do a movie about you. Can you remember how that happened?
Graham Isaacs was a music teacher at Chasm at the time. And Ned Lander, he'd made a few movies, a few productions previously in Sydney, and they were mates. And Graham said to Ned, look, you're going to come down and check these two bands out. They're pretty damn good. And he wanted to do something, and he wanted to tell the story of No Fix and Us Mob. So we invited Ned to come down and have a look, and Ned came down and had a look. Was very interested. You saw the bands perform live, and the effect that both bands had on the audiences in Adelaide was just amazing. Black and white people together, shoulder to shoulder, singing the lyrics. It was just incredible. And we took Ned up. A couple of us from Us Mob took Ned camping up the River Murray, and he got to know a little bit about my story, looking for family, which Les portrayed in the film, portrayed my story. We got back to Adelaide, and Ned, the first time I heard of a movie, Ned said, "Can we write a story into the script? We're making this movie."
And the interesting part about that kind of story, we spoke about this earlier, we had to cover that the stolen generation itself was a coined phrase that came, well, it was 5 years later in 86.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really we're talking about a story that has been a generational thing in First Nations people's story forever. So what an amazing thing that back in the 80s, I don't know if people know, is there anyone here who doesn't know what late 1981 felt like? Is there anyone? Oh yeah, all right. Now look, I know I look about 32, but I'm a little older than that. But and I'm a musician, so I didn't introduce myself. I just going to say my name's Deb Clark, and I'm a musician in Ballarat, and that's one of the reasons why lovely people here at Eureka Centre asked me to be involved. So my husband did point that out. So I do apologise if I didn't introduce myself. You just call me Deb. So in 1981, it was, someone said it might have been you, Ricky, that there was a real kind of, I think the phrase was something like, there was a change, it was kind of part of the winds of change. And I don't know if it was yourself, it was in one of the articles that I read, and I remember thinking, yeah, like the 80s were a tough time for First Nations people. It's been a tough time for my entire life, but I remember the 80s as a really difficult time here in Ballarat for me. And I can't speak for the community here. And I look at that movie and I think about your story with what we call now the stolen generation, and it just and I wonder, so when you look back at that story, how do you feel about that movie 38 years later? Do you look at it and go, wow, that was, oh, that's just a movie? Or do you look at it and say, that was part of, I suppose, a change, a shift that happened with your uni coming out in 86 and a lot of the support you got from the bands who were doing really well on culture and
Cuckolds, the guys from Brand New Day, Cuckolds, the people that came in after.
yeah.
So we'd only like been like free for about 10 years. Like we were allowed to get off the mission and allowed to do a lot of stuff. I was born on the mission. It was kind of like something like slavery in a way for Aboriginal people. I say it's because it's what I see. And when you look at everything else in Australia, it's kind of like we never really get anywhere. But I mean, at the time when we was making the movie, it was kind of a big change to do something different. And we see where the older generation, the old ladies, comes through documentary and Sister If You Only Knew. And they were, like some of the actors that were in, it was a documentary and this is the way that Frontside the Road was sort of going, right? But it was really it sort of twisted everybody mind around and sort of like, here we were singing up, you know, in Adelaide and performing our songs, which were like freedom songs, like about, you know, about being recognised and about survival and about, you know, pigs and about songs like pigs, you know. So a lot of our songs were very condemning of the establishment of the, you know, the government, the police, and basically, you know, then people who don't really have any genuine, what's the word, honesty towards doing something, you know, for the betterment of Aboriginal people. But we were lucky we had people like Graham and Ned there, and a lot of other people who believed in justice for Aboriginal people. So when we toured around, we sort of ran into a lot of people like that, and most of our crowd was middle class. It was something really different for us playing before like Aboriginal cabarets and stuff like that. So it was a big change to be playing in all the big venues. So.
I think one of the things that was in the sort of in Kenmore setting is that reggae is what you were known for, and you said at one point that your words reflected those of the Jamaican storytellers and poets doing the same as it relates to Aboriginal people in response to oppression, social injustice and economic deprivation, which is very much the effect of missions and people who have had that kind of intense displacement that means, you know, you talk of slavery, and I know people who are in hip hop probably feel like, you know, that's a provocative term to use.
Oh yeah, but you know, it's coming from the black side, then it's sort of like, wake up, you know, come on, enough's enough, you know. It was there in the movement, it's in our words, it's in our...
The songs definitely represented that. In the opening, I think the opening was, the song was, I'm a black man and I need to be recognised in this wretched world where we are getting brainwashed and people forgetting about our rights. And it's like that's...
Yeah,
like, wow.
Yeah, so we wrote it from our experiences. Of course, you know, we always wanted to be a commercial band and have commercial success and all that, but of course we did get a recording stuff and did make a movie, and because of the movie it made us more famous and what we would have been back then. But the whole thing of it was like a snapshot in time, 1980. This is our black people, you know, felt the way they lived, the way they responded to, you know, the system, how it oppressed us and how it was always there to what caused disunity between us in a lot of ways. But I mean, when we got together and going over from Morwell to Adelaide, it was like meeting all these black fellas here, and they all got the same story. And it's, we're telling the story in the wrong side of the road, and it was like being black fellas and see being in a black movie was kind of like, oh wow, will this sort of go anywhere? Yeah. And in the end it did. And it was like this, I guess, movie that was going to change the whole, you know, the whole focus of how everybody looked at Aboriginal people as musicians, as songwriters, as actors, as well as people able to produce something that could, you know, change history or change.
So we'll open up to some questions from people in a moment. Wanted to just point out that I can't remember if it was August, but in 2016, in South Australia, being recognised, you know, in some ways you can say so many years later, and a lot of water under that bridge, but nevertheless recognised in the Hall of Fame in South Australia. You fellas have, what was that experience like? I believe No Fix Address played.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
I should have seen
Give my camera up. So how was that? I mean, that was only 3 years ago.
Well, yeah, well, I was living in Bunbury, Queensland, and they called me up and said, oh, you know, we're going to get an old plane. You're kidding, right? Yeah, no. So anyway, we rocked up down there, and it was like, oh, it was just the best feeling. It was kind of like all these people that, you know, musos, John Shin, all the guys from the old days, were there supporting us as well, and they were the ones that put us into there. I know a lot of people saying it was a long time coming and all that, but we never really saw it as that. We just saw it as that, you know, we did a good job, and that was a nice surprise, really, than anything else. Nobody expected it, you know.
Yeah, it just drops. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So it was really great feeling. It was kind of like blown away, and I walked on the stage there and sort of like settled down there, trying to think, don't ask me a question. And anyway, he asked me, and he goes, you gotta say something. So anyway, I don't know what I was talking about, just rambling on a bit.
Just tell it like it was, bro.
They feel like it was in our car. No, what a fantastic experience. So long after, but yet to be able to recognise, and that's what NAIDOC Week is all about. And
Also, that in 2013, did the Sydney International Film Festival. There was a big screening there. But then later on that year, there was the film festival in Adelaide. And the National Film and Sound Archives actually came down and did a complete oral history. So they've got all the interviews, everything that's available from the National Sound Film Archives in Canberra.
so, like behind the scenes kind of stuff, or just
Just our oral history.
Wow.
No fixed address, that's one wrong side of the road.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So I guess one of the things, like, you know, what Judd was saying, or people were saying, that we always say, like, there are more white people come to our shows than like with Aboriginal people, which was really nice, because we'd always played in the Aboriginal community. And to see all these people turn up and support the band, and we had all these people in the music industry, and you know, and we just had so much support from the non-Indigenous community back then, which was really good, because we were really struggling, you know. I mean, things got a lot worse, I think, nowadays than what it was back then, but, you know, and as far as all the people that were concerned that were like, non-Indigenous, they were really very, very supportive of Aboriginal people back then. I mean, there's a lot nowadays, but I mean,
when you say things
Well,
got
that
worse,
time.
what do you mean? Can you explain what you mean by things got worse like today? It's different. How do you see
oh, well, you look at the statistics, and you know, compared to what the Royal Commission does in custody and all, you know, the mortality rate, health, education, employment, it's just got worse. And it's, of course, no blame the government, you know, because they're the ones that run the whole show. You know, we try to get ahead because a lot of people do try to help us. But it comes back to the government of the day whether they want to do something. So from what I've seen, everything just got worse since Bob.
It's a big statement, and it's hard for people to hear that. I think I always talk about it as white privilege, which I don't know if people really know what that means. We do. And I'm going to open it up to some people. I don't know if we've got I feel like I need a roadie mic, but let's just go with you, holler now. And maybe Sarah, like that. Does anyone have any particular questions about
What about the end of the movie to find your mum?
That's a really good question. 6 weeks after the film was in Cannes, yeah, I did. The parts, like the film was partly fictional, partly based on fact. It was just a whole sort of mix and match of fact and fiction. The part where Les breaks into the bureau, steals that document, you know, I actually did that, and I took it back to Adelaide, and Auntie Leela Rankin, the lady that her and her sister Auntie Veronica, they established Chasm. Took it back to Auntie Leela and said, hey, what I've got here. And, my birth name was on that certificate, that document, and Auntie Leela told me to get down to the Aboriginal Health Service in Norwood. There was a lady who Auntie Leela thought was related to those people. So she sent me down there, and I went to see this lady to try and get some information. And I said, you know, you might have cousins, you know, brothers, siblings. So I went down to have a word with this lady, and that lady was actually my mother. Yeah, just like that. No fixed address in us while we were in the recording studios, recording the soundtrack for Wrong Side of the Road. The final stages of recording, mixing and mastering. And I walked into the studio one day and Ronnie answered the guy that kicked the car. He comes up to me and says, you related to me? I don't know. And he'd heard on the Courier Grapevine. I don't know who I was, who my family was. Now I've been living with Uswap, all of them, except all three of them, except for Kate Carp, he was living out in the suburbs. I lived with them for about 18 months in a little flat just up the road from Chasm for a year and a half. And I did not know that they were my blood cousins. Every single member of them, Uswap, apart from Carol, were cousins. So, you know, it was pretty amazing.
Just let people know the chasm.
I did. Yes, that's not more.
Can you tell me what chasm is? Because I'm not sure.
My Centre for Aboriginal Studies in Music. That was part of the Adelaide University. Yeah.
And very much part of your family now. Are they a big part of the foundation of where the band started?
Oh, Rick.
The band started at Chasm, both of them at Chasm?
Yeah. I shot from Moore back in '79, all the way to Adelaide to go to college. I wanted to I just wanted to get out of Moore. I was more of a writer than anything else. So I wanted to go to college and ended up in a band.
As a guitarist?
But it was good. It was good fun to try. So when we got over there, Chasm was just starting off. There was no electric bands or anything. It was only the orchestra, Aboriginal orchestra that they had at Chasm. So when we came along and started, writing all these songs, and they started buying us equipment. So we became the first electric band at Chasm. From then on, it just took off.
Orchestra.
I've backed some amazing musicians from around the world too, like I can remember La Trobe University, one trip they backed my sex, New Zealand band. And the very next night, the band members, you know, the musicians actually got to fly back us, guys that make a little roll, we will drive back to the Arkaba in Adelaide the very next night for a gig with Taj Mahal. Some other big names in there too.
She won't know who knows that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's her fault, not ours. Are there any other questions?
So the last 5 or 10, firstly, awesome work. I hadn't seen that before, and I've used that myself, so I thoroughly enjoyed all of that. It was great. But I found it really interesting. The last 5 or 10 years, we've seen the mainstream radio through Triple J and things like that, Indigenous acts coming to the forefront a little bit more, like Briggs, AB Aboriginal, Santa the Great, Baker Boy, to name a few. And you were saying how those Indigenous issues seem to have gotten worse, and that is highlighted in a lot of these artists singing about Indigenous unemployment, financial insecurities, drama in the prison system and things like that. How important do you value those acts in transcending that into the rest of Australia's culture? So people like myself who grew up with white privilege, I must confess, in a small sheltered community, now hearing acts like that, really bringing those issues to the forefront and hearing it on the radio, how much do you value those performers and things like that to get those conversations happening? If that was...
I value them a great deal.
The young music who are singing about those issues,
Oh, okay.
they're singing about it now, and they're actually quite just as provocative as the Western politics.
Yeah, those issues are still very much
It's
there.
a continuation of what we would do. We're the ones that sort of started out singing those sort of songs, and it sort of passed on through the generations. Like they picked up, like instead of playing country western or blues and all that, they started focusing more on issues that we were talking about and doing a lot more experimentation on the music. So instead of just playing like songs that were verse, chorus, verse, chorus, end of song, we'd put in bridges here and there and like trick everybody. Sort of like trick yourself sometimes. Yeah, but it was good. So we experimented a lot, and I guess it sort of, we wanted to also like inspire other Aboriginal people, young folks, to come along. And there wasn't a great deal of women around either performing. There were a few, but not in rock bands and sort of things like that. Whereas nowadays, it's sort of opened the door and given them. It's kind of like when I was a teenager, look, you know, bands like AC/DC and The Sweet and other bands that Ian Drury and people like that. Those bands had something to say, and their music was, they had like their commercials on. But when you listen to the albums, it was like totally different. It was really full on, like, you know, like sweet, like, you know, what they were singing about, what AC/DC. And this is the sort of thing that inspired us. It was kind of like, they can write that and get away with it. We can write whatever we want, you know, and get away with it. You know, and we just started writing and
you're still writing.
Oh, I'm still writing.
You're still writing.
It's one of those things. I've always been a writer, and always wanted to write something really significant. In England, I wrote a song called Pigs, which didn't make the movie, but it was on the album. So, and then this old Bob Hawke come along and launched the album, and he gets up there. We're sitting at the Hilton Hotel, and there, you know, my kids told me that it's a really great album from my eyes and all this, but, and the but was, not every man in a blue uniform, every man or woman in a blue uniform is a thorough bastard. And it's like, talking about my song, Pigs. So anyway, Gary Foley was there, you you know Gary Foley, and he was that one-eyed liberal so-and-so who doesn't know. This was before he was Prime Minister.
Bob Hawke.
Bob Hawke.
I don't think Gary, he would do that.
Gary. But yeah, no, it was really good to have him come up, and because of who he was at the time, and launch our own. He made his little political speech. He got elected Prime Minister next year, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, I think all the, young people's, they picked up the baton. It was passed on by these guys. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. I kind of get goosebumps. You see the young fellas getting up and just carrying on that baton,
We call it standing on, for those who don't know, we call it standing on our ancestors' shoulders.
So we're very proud of them, the new generations and all that they've come along and taken up the banner. And really, I think they're a bit more harsh than we were.
Well, they fixed addressing us while we were filming on the side of the road. Really kicked something off. I mean, we made a lot of people nervous in the South Australian government. I can remember constant harassment. 3 o'clock, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, the front door get kicked in, and so all these police would just pull in, just come pouring into the house, and you'd be asleep, and next thing you have a flashlight in your face, and all these rapid fire questions coming at you. And one of the guys who was staying at the house, in a bag of weed. When the police came through, they found it. And I was standing right there. And the officer said to me, plain clothes, we're not interested in that. I'm thinking, what the hell are you interested in? These guys were making massive, powerful political statements. And I think there were, one of the powers that be kind of got a bit nervous because of that. As I said before, but Indigenous, non-Indigenous people, shoulder to shoulder, all packed into one of the venues in Adelaide, venues all over Adelaide, singing the lyrics to No Fixed Address songs, black and white.
People feel uncomfortable.
I think that made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable.
We're going to talk lady.
Sorry, thank you, great review. Just when you were asking about the young Indigenous performers, and you were saying that it's really great, is it also frustrating as well to think that you say that not much has changed and they've gotten worse? So those issues are still happening, and maybe, yes, I don't know, white privilege, of course, but don't understand, and we need a lot of education. So is it also frustrating to think that what you started so long ago, trying to bring out to mainstream people, white people, what the issues were, that those issues are still so bad, and even though the young ones are still singing about it now, that people aren't taking as much notice as we should be?
I think, well, they do take more note. I think you're right, there's young people, they, I guess they got it a lot more easier than we did, so they were, I'm not saying that it was wrong.
Different times, too.
Different times. Things are a lot worse statistically, right? As far as the musicians go, the young ones, they're just carrying on from where we left off, getting more. It's actually getting better in the music industry for people, but in life, things are getting worse. There's a difference. So those young musos coming through now, they're just absolutely brilliant, knock me off my feet, some of them, and I appreciate that they have come through. I mean, we come through and keep the door on basically, and they come through after us. And we appreciate what they're doing. Whether they're singing political songs or not, just the fact that they're there on the spotlight, and keep.
I think you need it in this day and age too. There's a lot more kind of extra issues the younger generation got to deal with as well. It's, what we had issues to deal with, but I think the the younger generation have got those things that come along naturally in life,